Well, it's time for another episode of SNG Experience, and this week, I'm stumbling over my words. This week we're going to just have a general look around the studio, what's going on here. We're starting a new project, the Iron Giant project, which is to build a slightly over 6 foot tall model of it. And yes, we are going to add animation to it. Gene, I know you asked about that, and a lot of others of you asked about that too. It will be animated, it will talk, it will do things. And also we've got, see how many more times I say and, some other interesting things going on, like our shoot. And the way things are going with But Something Is There, we've got a couple weekends left and we're finished. We've been shooting since April on weekends, and at this point we are well past 40 minutes on the timeline. We'll end up being an hour pilot. Much of it is edited. This is a real show. This is not a pipe dream. This is not a trailer and we're going to make a show. You know, that has been working against us because so many people have done that. Everybody can make a trailer and say they're going to make a movie, but we've actually done it. And if you watch our blog, which is www.butsomethingisthere.wordpress.com, you can look at the backlog of material we've done on it since April and all the things we've done. This is very much a real project, folks, and it's going to be finished probably by April of next year. So let's take a look at what we got going this week. So here we go, clean table and all the makings of the beginning of the head for this 6 foot Iron Giant. And amazingly, at 6 feet 3.5 inches, this is how big the head is, honestly. So what I'm going to make now, some formers. I got a nice stand here I've built to mount this to. I've got my foam over here, which I'm going to wire cut. I got my MD80 or MDF, I forget what it's called. Anyway, to cut templates from. So here I am working the MDF, and I've taken these shots here, which actually were taken from the toy, the Mondo toy, which according to Brad Bird, and I have this on authority from Mr. Adam Savage himself, who is friends with Mr. Bird, that toy is nearly perfect. So working from the toy, I am making this dimensionally correct for the size of it is being done. So I'm going to do a front on and a side template, and then from that I'm going to ascertain what the actual, looking straight down on it, what that dimension shape is, and then transfer all that over to here and put foam in it and start carving. So here we go. This is the little former made out of MDF that you can see the eye there. That this defines the shape pretty accurately. And now what I'm going to do, and plus I can remove this later for molding and all that, but I can turn it and work on it. It makes a nice area to work on. Here's the original templates. Everything checks out against the plans that I made. So now all I have to do, it's even square, is take some pink foam here and stack it up. Some glue between it, stack it up, and start putting in foam in there and then shaping. So here we go. I got a stack of pink foam, which you can get from, where did we get this from, Mary? We got it from Home Depot? Home Depot. Yes, you can get this pink foam. Comes in sheets like this. It's great stuff. It's about $6 a sheet. It's a bit pricey from them, but it's very dense material, and you can sand this stuff to shape. Normally I'd wire cut it. But in this case, I'm not. I'm just going to stack the stuff in there, and then I'm going to contour it down to the formers and then fiberglass the whole thing. So here we go. We got a big stack of foam in here, and I'm going to take that saw instead of a hot bow gun, which I could take the hot bow, but I want to, you know, it's liable to go flat between here, so I'm going to carve it down. Lots of people have done it this way. I've always used the hot bow gun and to cut through it, but only if we had something else to define this contour here. So I'm just going to carve it down, shape it. So as you can see, I'm making a considerable mess, on me included. And but bit by bit it gets shaped, and I'm using a raft tool there that you can get at a hardware store, and this stuff, as you can see, carves up really nice. This is kind of like architectural sculpting. So here you can see I've made a lovely mess. And I know you model making people just love making a mess in the shop. This is balsa fill. It's a kind of a spackle for balsa wood. It works really good on foam that I just put in to fill some of the seams. Tomorrow I'm going to really sand this with sandpaper. This is just a rough sand, but you can see the shape is very accurate, very nice. I just have to final sand it, and it matches to this really well. So now we let this sit overnight and the stuff dry, and I sand it really thoroughly, and then we'll glass it, although I am going to cut out the openings for the eyes because I have to work those in putty, but it's very accurate, so everything should be just right. So Giselle is working on the glassing the head, and you can see the weave we used, and she's glazing it right now. So tomorrow this will be all hard, and I can sand this down and fill it and get it just perfect before I move on to the next step, which would be to primer it and buff it until it's just shaped just right. And then I'm going to carve out the eyes. I'm going to add the ridge over the head, and I got to make the jaw. This was just a temporary jaw, but I got to make the jaw probably out of foam. So here we go. It's all glassed up, and it's pretty soon here it will start to get tacky, and I'll push it down and make sure that it's all making good contact. Tomorrow this will be rock hard, and at that time I will be able to sand it, put Evercoat filler on it, which is like a really easy to sand Bondo, and a lot of primer, and just keep doing that until it's perfectly smooth. So here we are. We have taken this lovely tool here rather than do it by hand and got off all the high spots and everything. I have drilled some holes so I know where center is on this to put his fin on top, to be able to put the eyes in the right location to get the jaw. Once I can no longer see this substructure through there, I need to know where those are, so I'm going to start puttying this now with Evercoat. So this is what I got so far, and I have been doing this jaw over and over again and looking at pictures and reference pictures, and it's really hard to get it right because you think as simple as this design is, you know, in some pictures he looks one way and others he looks another way, so you gotta split the difference about. And I haven't really done the eyes right, but this is a jaw piece that I've made here. I made this one and I was starting to thicken it up, make it quite thick to be the right one. Then I realized it was wrong. Did another one, then I realized that was wrong. This one's actually correct. It sits in the right spot. But now this is just a template, and so I'll have to make this so that it can actually be turned into a thicker piece, and that means whitening it a bit more again. So I'm going to use my old $4 can Rust-Oleum primer, which I love because really this stuff dries faster than the Krylon and it's cheaper. So sometimes, yes, it clogs. There's some other cans like the clog. I found a way around that, and just to keep the nozzle clean and make sure it's shaken well, and turn it upside down and spray it. And I pretty much, maybe 1 out of 10 cans give me a real problem. So I'm going to paint this now. Okay, not bad for a first pass at all. You know, it's pretty nice. All the way around. Oh, I can actually turn this from here, and you can see it's really not bad. You know, it's not without its little bit of lumps and bumps. We'll fix that, but really it's quite nice. So I'm gonna let this dry for a while, and then as soon as it does dry, I'm gonna go and card it again because I can see where all the problems are. But it's pretty darn good. I forgot to show you something, and sometimes I do that when I'm making things. I get so wrapped up in, oh, this will work, but for 2 days I've been trying to figure out how to do this darn jaw on the robot, and I refuse to use 3D printer, with the exception of the hands, which are going to be 3D printed. But, so I did this, where is it? I did this first jaw template, and it really didn't work. I thought I could do it out of styrene. Then I made this one, and that sort of worked, but it's not thick enough. I knew it needed to be thicker. Then I tried to double up some of this stuff, and I even played with the idea of using plexiglass and doing that. But what I found worked, and I was on the way home and I was thinking, how am I going to do this? And I thought, cardboard. Maybe I could take some sheets of cardboard, get it to the right thickness of his jaw, and then skin it with styrene. Maybe that would work. And then if I skin it with the styrene while it's wrapped around the form, front and back, it would maintain the shape. And I got that. Yep, I got that, and I'll be ding dang. It works perfectly. And that's all it is. Now I'm going to skin the top of this, of course, with more styrene, and then shape this thing all up and point this up here. But basically, that's how I got to that. So, there we go. I just started a mohawk. It's not done yet. I have to add Mod Putty in here and shape this. But, and of course the eyes are just dug out for now. I'm going to put in some styrene in there and a little lip on it so I get that little raised feeling around there. The jaw turned out quite well, I think. It still has a little tiny bit of tweaking, but not much. And remember, the jaw doesn't swing open as much as it goes down. It slides down. What else? From the back, well, you can see it's clearly that guy we all love. Don't you think, Giselle? I'm very pleased to get this far, and this week has had nothing but interruptions, but I was able to get this much done, so it goes very quickly from here now that I have all the basic components. Yay! So here we have Zavera working on Colby's tricorder. Say hello, Zavera.
Hi.
Here you are. Okay, and she's working on the tricorder, the first part that Jim's laid up, and she's very proficiently made a nice wall around it, some nice keys, and we're going to pour silicone in this, and then back it up with 1630. So we're going to, and these keys, you'll see when this all comes out. It's really, really cool though. Okay, at long last, with a little bit of clay to pick out here and there, we've got the first half of the mold made up for the tricorder. It was pretty tricky trying to figure it out, but of course this side we were about to cast up, which will be down to here and over here and around here, we'll cast down in here and get all the detail inside as well as all the detail on the outside and rest very firmly up against here. And then we'll do the back half, and we're going to do the end cap here. The reason we had to do this is because if we just poured this up in one piece, it would be locked in. So we have these two sections here, and there's some little bit that overflowed like that. We're going to have to trim off with an X-Acto blade, but really this came out really spectacular, really nice. This is freaking awesome. You guys have been watching her work on this mask for a while now.
I have
and
greens everywhere.
Who cares? It's great. This looks just like your drawing too. I mean, so you were able actually to take your drawing and make it into physical reality. Not that the drawing wasn't physical reality, but a three-dimensional physical reality with color and foliage. It's incredible. We'll come back when she gets more done, but God, that's awesome. Woo! Instagram?
Yeah. Or do you want to do that? Okay, we can do both.
The camera's running. It's Isaac.
Isaac.
And it's Mary.
Yeah, and he is
And
our...
it's me. Oh, I'm upside
We're gonna
down.
have to
Oh, there I
swap.
am.
You
Okay.
are our intern for November, intern of the month.
That's it.
Look what
You were
it
here
says.
the most.
Stay classy, San Diego.
Open it up.
Booze.
Yeah.
That's fancy tequila.
We'll show it to the audience. Yeah, that's fancy tequila.
Them some fancy tequila.
Yeah, that's right. For a fancy dude. An awesome dude.
For a classy dude.
Classy dude.
Classy dude. Yeah, this is
Okay.
stuff. Where'd you find that? It's beautiful.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That is awesome. Thank you.
That's your name. Awesome. So go awesome for awesome.
Awesome, Isaac. All right.
Think back up, folks.
Okay. So here we are, it's a wonderful early Saturday morning and we are back at shooting, and we got Jeff over here and Paulina and Zamira and Giselle are putting on his silicone pieces, which are going on rather well this time, right Paulina? Yeah, much better. So we're getting him ready to do his scenes. Jeff, you will not be in this makeup during the talk show. This is just for when you're older. Really going on quite well, so that's really good. And there's Mary.
Morning.
And let's see. And I've got a sliver in my hand. We have Jim here working on sound, and then we got Tim over here who always shows up. It's always here on time, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and raring to go. And John's here. And Paul's here. Of course, Paul's here because he brought his camera and his fancy rig. And we're just getting ready to do a scene with Jeff sitting at his desk, and he's working on this sketch here that I did rather quickly this morning because we couldn't find the ones that we're supposed to have. And this is his little den set in here. And you can see some of the things we have in the window. The green screen is there for the purposes of having a night sky out there, stars and stuff that we're going to put in later. So, so we're busy. Out here is the John's great trailer with all the lighting gear in it, and here's our motor home, and we haven't gone on the roof yet to get the skylight, but we will. So it's going good. It's only 8:15. We've been here since 7, which tells you what time we got up. We'll show you more in a little while. So we're getting ready to shoot here. We got Jeff in his makeup, which really looks nice.
Hey, didn't you read my,
Oh, I know, I wasn't thinking. Oh,
You can't read that way.
yeah?
Because you have the light up above, it just kind of seems to balance out.
Jeff, look towards us.
It's got a little more face light, but we haven't got any on the other on the shot.
Very nice.
So I think that,
It's still on.
Very nice.
yeah.
You want me to crank that down?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can always. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No, it looks good.
Yeah, the makeup looks tremendous. Really, they did a great job. Really good. There's this quickie drawing I did that he's supposed to be working on. So it's now 7:30 and we finished, but then Paul said, no, there's something about an overlapping line or something, and Tim noticed it too, and he's not happy, but
All it is
we're
looking at him,
trying to
looking at
figure
the
all
camera, saying
this
good
out.
point. That's all.
Oh, that's what you want?
Get this
Yeah.
one last little bit of line, right, Tim?
That's right.
And we-
Ready?
Yeah, okay.
Silence.
We're rolling. There we go.
Sir, there are no cameras allowed in here.
So you can say supercalifragilistic, and then he just says, good point.
Good point.
That's all I want.
Now we can
That's a
clap.
cut.
All right.
Hey,
That's a wrap.
Neill rocks the world!
Oh, God. Check the gate.
If there was a gate, I'd check.
And that's a wrap.
That's something.
Well, what a great week. We're going to start another one as we go here on this old camera, which is really hanging in there. We're not using our good movie camera for this show. We're using a little handheld 2K camera, but it works really great. It's amazing. It's been dropped downstairs and put underwater and all kinds of things, and it's still working. It's a Sony. Anyway, thanks so much for all your support. Thanks for watching. We love you a whole bunch, and we'll see you again next week, I promise.